Here's a little about myself. This is my 16th year of teaching, my 9th year in first grade, all here at GCMS. I taught 1 year in second grade and then co-taught for 5 years in first grade. And that's how I decided that first grade was my absolute favorite. So I got my own first grade classroom and I've been here for 9 years. I grew up in Gibson City. I graduated from Eastern Illinois University with a bachelor's in education quite a few years ago. And then just recently, I went back to school to get my master's degree to become a reading specialist. So I'm very excited about reading with your child. Here are some pictures of some of my favorite things and people. My husband's name is Jared, and I have a son named Jameson who is also a first grader here at GCMS. I have a cat named Charlie who, yes, likes to sleep like lots of other cats like to do. And one of our favorite things to do is to go camping and boating. So during the summer months, you'll find us at our very favorite little happy place. Here's a little about myself. This is my 16th year of teaching, my 9th year in first grade, all here at GCMS. I taught 1 year in second grade and then co-taught for 5 years in first grade and decided that first grade was my absolute favorite. So I got my own first grade classroom and I've been here for 9 years. I've grown up in Gibson City. I graduated from Eastern Illinois University with a bachelor's in education quite a few years ago. And then just recently I went back to school to get my master's degree to become a reading specialist. So I'm very excited to be reading with your child. Here are some pictures of my favorite things and people. My husband's name is Jared, and I have a son named Jameson who is also a first grader here at GCMS. I have a cat named Charlie, and yes, she likes to sleep like most cats do. And one of our favorite things to do is to go camping and boating. So during the summer months, you will find us at our favorite little happy place.
Here is some of my contact information, my email address, the phone number here to the school, and of course the school address. If you're trying to reach me during the school day, the best way to get a quick question through is to send me a remind. That way my phone can alert me. If you have dismissal changes or absent notes, please send those directly to me in your child's folder. If you have any changes throughout the day, you can email me if it's a couple days in advance. I don't often get a lot of chances throughout the day to check my email, and of course if I do have a substitute, they don't have access to my email, so during the day email's not always the best way to reach me quickly. And then of course if a change occurs during the day and it's late in the day, please call the office so that they can be sure to get a hold of me for those late dismissals changes. When your child is absent, please send in a note the next day stating why they were absent so that I can let the office know. Also, the day of the absence, please call the office and let them know that your child will not be here that day. If your child needs to leave school early for any reason, please write a note in the green folder so that I know what time they are leaving and what time to have them down in the office so that you're not waiting in case it's an appointment that you need to get to. Our character education program here at GCMS is called Being Unbelievably Good, or you'll hear your child saying, "I got a bug." And that is just a bug certificate going out to children who show positive behaviors. We will be looking for the following areas of respect, responsibility, being prepared, showing best effort, positive attitudes, citizenship, honesty, and caring. Any child that receives a bug award will be put into a drawing for a special surprise on Fridays from Mr. Keene. Our character education program here at GCMS
system I use
is called Being
Smiles for Good
Unbelievably
Behavior.
Good.
Each
Or
child starts
you'll
the
hear
day
your
with
child
3
saying,
smiles.
I got a bug.
And then, of course,
And
they
that
get
is just
quite
a
a
bug
few reminders
certificate,
before they're asked to pull a smiley.
going out to children
hopefully,
who
and most often
show
than
positive
not,
behaviors.
more often than not,
We
no
will
one
be
has to pull a
looking
smiley.
for
In the event that
the
they do
following
have to pull a
areas of
smiley,
respect,
responsibility,
or
being
two,
prepared,
that is
showing
why I
best
have an
effort,
incentive chart
positive
in their
attitudes,
green folder to
citizenship,
let you know
honesty,
kind of how
and
their day
caring.
has gone.
Any child that
If your
receives a
child
bug
has a
award
sticker,
will
you
be put
know
into
that
a
they
drawing
haven't
for a
had to
special
pull more than
surprise
one
on
smile.
Fridays from
And
Mr.
then, of
Keen.
course,
that's there
our
for
character
them to
education
know,
program here at
hey,
GCMS
I've earned
is
a
called
sticker
Being
each day
Unbelievably
this week, and
Good.
therefore, since we
Or
have 4 days
you'll
at
hear
school
your
this
child
week,
say,
this year,
I got a bug.
if they
And
get
that is
4
just a
stickers
bug
in a row,
certificate.
they will get to earn a trip to the
Going out
prize
to
drawer
children
on Friday
who
or the
show
last day of
positive
the school week.
behaviors.
So that's the
We will
behavior
be
system.
looking for
One way to make each child feel special is to have a week all to themselves. This is their All About Me week. On that week, each child will have the opportunity to create and design a poster that I will provide for them to share with the class. They will also be able to bring in their favorite book to read to the class, or have me read to the class, and also their favorite show and tell to share with the class. Then, each student in the class will write them a warm, fuzzy letter that they will put in a book for them to take home at the end of the week. I have sent home a schedule of dates for you to choose your top 3 choices that best fit your needs. Please fill that in and get it back to me as soon as possible so that I can get the final schedule out. The weeks will begin in September as soon as I get the final schedule.
In reading, we use the literacy classroom structure called Daily 5. This teaches children independence and gives children the skills needed to create a lifetime love of reading and writing. There are 5 tasks that are introduced individually and gone over very in-depthly so that students are able to work independently throughout the year. When they are introduced each task, the children discuss what it looks like, what it sounds like, and what it feels like to be engaged in that task independently. We practice building stamina until it is successful at being independent while doing that task. The 5 tasks that we do for Daily 5 is read to self, read to someone, which might look a little bit differently right now, listen to reading, word work, which is where they're spelling words, and work with teacher. All 5 tasks are introduced and the children are fully engaged with reading and writing. When that happens, I am able to work with a small group of students to confer with them and talk about their reading more in-depthly, while the other children are then working independently and engaged. Reading homework and trick word packets will be sent home twice a week. Their hardback story will go home on Tuesdays, and a leveled book will go home on Fridays. Each time, the trick word cards will go home. Now, we haven't started the trick words yet because we're still reviewing kindergarten trick words, and that will go on for a couple more weeks, and then the trick words will start coming home. Please sign the colored sheet of paper that comes along with the hardback reader. It will always be date stamped by the story that we want you to read. And then when the trick word packet comes home, please practice the words by saying the word, spelling the word, and using the word in a sentence. These words are tricky, which means you cannot sound them out or tap them out as we do in Foundations. So please make sure you are practicing them each time they come home. Reading is very important in 1st grade. Reading with your child 20 to 25 minutes each night makes a difference in your child's reading ability. We do the Falcon Reading Challenge, so Please track the amount of reading minutes that you do with your child and color in those bricks. The Falcon Reading Challenge will be sent home along with the newsletter each Friday. And we ask that you read 100 minutes at home each week, and then color in those bricks and send it back in by the following Friday. If your child has read more than 100 minutes, please record that as well on that sheet. And then Mrs. Linloff has a special celebration at the end of each quarter for those children who meet their reading minutes 8 out of the 9 weeks for the quarter. Our spelling homework comes home also on Friday, and then it is due the very next Friday. So you have an entire 7 days to complete the spelling homework. Words are to be written 4 times each. And the way I like them to be practiced is if, for example, on this one, if you were writing the word the, write the word the 4 times each, and then go to the next one. And each time, encourage your child to say T-H-E, the, T-H-E, the, T-H-E, the, T-H-E, the. Spelling is memorization, and the more times they spell it, the better they are at memorizing the word. Now, if your child finishes their homework before Friday, they are more than welcome to turn it in, but keep the top copy at home for you to keep practicing because we will have a test on Friday.
This year, we are going to continue to implement small groups into our math curriculum. In the past, we have used Go Math as our math curriculum, but this year, we have a new program called My Math. Along with My Math, we will be doing guided math centers. Guided math allows the teacher to support each individual child's development of math skills. We will use My Math for activities during guided math centers, small group work, and for assessments. Our guided math structure will be like our Daily 5 Cafe framework that we use in reading.
The green folder is their Go folder. It travels to and from school each day. Please make sure it's sent back to school each day with notes or papers for me. Any papers that go home will be on the stay at home side, but please go through them because some of them do need to be sent back, just not every day.
The red folder is their catch-up folder, and it is for any work that still needs to be completed. This folder is also for Red Folder Fridays, which means they will go home every Friday if there is still work that needs to be completed. Please send this back with your child on Mondays so they will have it to put other work in it throughout the week. If it does not come home with your child, then that means your child may not have any work that needs to be made up.
The yellow or orange folder is their Math Facts folder. We also call it Rocket Math. It should stay here at school, so if you see it come home, please send it back to us. I sent home some information about Rocket Math today on Thursday. We did start it on Monday. Each day, your child practices a portion of a sheet to practice. Then the other side of the sheet comes home to practice at night. This is very important to practice those math facts during the day at school and at night because we do have a little math facts test. It's just a 1-minute time test on Fridays. Please don't practice, if it's taking your child more than 5 minutes at night, only practice 5 minutes with them. It shouldn't take longer than that. One way to do it is, have them practice the top row for a minute, the next row for a minute, the third row for a minute, the fourth row for a minute is a good way to get them so they're not sitting there practicing them the whole night. The yellow
The
or
blue
orange
folder is for
their
AR,
math
or
facts
Accelerated
folder.
Reader.
We also call it
We are
Rocket
going to be
Math.
starting Accelerated Reader
It
very
should
soon.
stay here at
This
school, so
is
if
an
you see it come
opportunity
home,
for
please
your
send it
child
back
to
to
read
us.
books at their level
I
and
sent
to take
home some
comprehension
information
quizzes.
about Rocket Math
We also do an
today
incentive program
on
where they
Thursday.
earn stickers
We did
and
start it
bug
on
bucks
Monday
to shop at our AR store.
Each
The
day
kiddos in first
your
grade
child
love
practices
to be able to earn
a
money for their
portion
hard
of a
work
sheet,
and then to go shopping
practice.
for rewards.
Then the other As I said before, first grade is my absolute favorite grade ever. It is going to be so exciting for your child. They have the most academic growth this year, and it is the building blocks for the rest of their future. You are going to be amazed and proud of the rapid progress your child makes with their reading and their math skills. In order for this year to be a success, I do need your help and constant support at home. You are your child's first teacher. In school, I prepared an organized, structured, and engaging environment to best promote your child's academic growth. I am looking forward to a great year in first grade, and I thank you for all your help already. Please do not hesitate to contact me by phone, note, or email if ever a question or problem arises. Here's to a great school year. I am so thankful to be your child's teacher.